Group policy objects let you distribute software to computers and users out on your network. Let's go through the steps of configuring software deployment. First of all, there's a server out on the network that has a shared folder named software. Inside that shared folder, I've created subfolders for every software package that I want to distribute. For example, in this folder, there's a Windows installer package named Admin Pack, which installs administrative tools. Likewise, there are Windows installer packages in these other folders. This is called the software distribution point. So let's close that. And now let's start Active Directory users and computers. Let's suppose that I want to make the admin pack available to all users in the domain. However, I don't want the admin pack to be automatically installed. I just want to make it available. This is called publishing. So let's right-click the domain. I'm going to configure software deployment in the default domain policy. I'll edit that. And because I want this software package to be published to all users, no matter which computer they use, I'm going to configure the user configuration node in software settings. Expand that and select software installation. Right now, there are no software packages being deployed in this group policy object. I'll right-click and select New, Package. And now we need to browse out to the share that has the Windows installer package. It's important that you don't go to My Computer and select Windows installer package on this domain controller. Instead, browse My Network Places until you find the shared folder. This is in the Widgets domain on a server named SLSRV3 and in the software share. In the admin pack folder, we'll select the MSI file and select Open. By default, a dialog box appears that allows us to choose whether we want this published, assigned, or to configure advanced options and properties within this software package. Recall that we want this published, so we'll keep the default and select OK. Windows Server 2003 Administration Tools version 5.2 is now being published. And here's the path where that software package will be installed from. Let's go through one more example. Suppose we want all computers within this domain to have automatically installed on them during startup the remote desktop client. Because this is a configuration on all computers, no matter which user is using it, we'll configure the software settings node in the computer configuration section. Again, right-click and select New, Package. And let's make sure that we are still looking within a shared folder and we're not looking on the local disk. We are. Let's back up a level. And the Windows installer package I want to distribute is here. We'll select it and click Open. Now, one thing to notice is that you cannot publish software to a computer. That option is disabled. What we are doing is we are assigning software to the computer. It will automatically be installed during startup. The Assign option is available for the user configuration node, but it operates a little bit differently. It doesn't install the software when the user logs on. Instead, it appears that the software is installed, and the first time a user actually runs that application, perhaps by opening a file that uses that application, that is when the software will actually be installed. For our example, though, we will select Assigned and click OK. The remote desktop connection package has now been assigned to all computers that receive this GPO. And because this GPO is linked to the domain, that would be all computers in the domain. We'll close this group policy object and click OK. One thing that I want to make you aware of is that not only can you distribute MSI files or Windows installer packages, but there's another type of file called a .zap file, which simply has a reference to a typical setup program. You can also publish zap files.